Hey, what's going on, folks? It's Brian, and we are doing a very late video today for us, anyways. It is still August 31st, and today is the deadline for the Pro Street group build that Mr. Dillon over NYS Modeling was hosting, and I think we got it squeaked in just in time here. We worked on the Stone Woods and Cook 1941 Willys. I apologize. This is probably going to be really rough and ready because we're going to be getting off to dinner here pretty soon. But we did the 41 Willys from Revell. This is the older version. Here's the box flap here. This is the older version. There is a newer version, I think, now that is a lot better than this one was. Once again, we kind of tossed away the old body. As setting to the side there, we're using a parts box body that we had left over from an old model kit that we had built a long time ago when we first moved to Arizona, and now it's repurposed as this beautiful beastie here. So everything else on the kit other than the body and the hood were from the original kit, and it was okay. I had mentioned in the past that I recognize the fact that this particular kit, Revell wanted to do a really good job on this and honor this vehicle and the owners and driver with the best possible kit they could, with opening doors and trunk and hood and all that stuff and positionable steering. They were going all out when they designed this kit. But as luck would have it, the technology, I believe, at the time just wasn't able to handle what they were wanting to do. They didn't have slide molding and that kind of stuff back then, unless I'm incorrect there. But we did our best with this kit. We wanted to do a really good job with this because this is going to be a gift from my Uncle Mike. And as it turns out, his birthday, it will be on Saturday. So this will be a nice little gift for him if we ever see him and can get it to him, because they do live in the boonies of the mountains of California. So I will send pictures to him text-wise or whatever on Saturday. I do have a case for it and everything, but I am not mailing this to them because I've mailed kits in the past, and I think the only kit that ever showed up in good shape was the one we had sent to James Morris for his appreciation build. But I digress. So the modifications we had to do to this guy here in order to get the interior pieces to fit on this car. Oh, and you'll also notice, for some reason, when we glued this front tire on here, it is really tucked back. So something happened to our front axle when we had it stored in the box. I think it got warped or bent or something. So I'm going to have to do a little bit of cosmetic fixing on that, get that sorted out. So I just wanted to call attention to that. And we did paint on the white walls. You could see a little bit of leftover stuff here in the pie crust. We did have a little bit of an issue with our masking because the masking kept peeling back up off the tire. It's a thing. It's a thing. But thanks to Old Tom over Amber 69, because he gave us a hint on what we should be using when we're painting tires. The Tamiya acrylic, although it goes down nicely, it doesn't do very, very well. So he suggested that we went with the Createx brand stuff. So we used some Createx white on there and airbrushed it on, and it's nice and flexible. It survived going back on the rim. So I think that was an awesome idea. So thank you very much for that, Mr. Tom. We appreciate that. Rambler 69, I know that everybody else in the community, that he has probably saved their tuchus or pulled their fat out of the frying pan at least once or twice in their build careers. So thank you very much, Tom. We did modify the front end of this guy here because it had the small mouth and we wanted the big mouth. So now it's a big mouth frog. As luck would have it, the original kit had some sort of chrome grill insert thingy that didn't really look that great. So we used that as our template, cut around what we needed to cut out, blended it all together so it looked good, and then went about mounting these bar things in front here. This is a very interesting looking thing because they look like it's braided hoses or something like that. So I wonder what they used in real life for that grill work there. I thought it'd been interesting if they were using that, if these were like actual oil cooler lines running across the front there, because I know Land Rover This is just weird knowledge on my part, but Land Rover, their transmission cooler is a finned tube that goes along the front of the radiator. So I was like, hey, wouldn't it be interesting if these actually had like an oil cooler lines going through them or something? That would be very clever. Anyway, I'm digressing again. The headlights and such and the taillights were off of the recycled body. They just look so much better because the original ones were just lumps of chrome that we had to paint to look like a headlight. Can you paint something to look like a headlight? I don't think you can. My favorite color is clear. But the taillights look so much better being two-piece and molded in red and all that kind of jazz. Let's take off the hood. It has a little bit of a stick to it there. It's a little pinched. But we're going to rotate up. There we go. We can take a look at my wall in the background there. So we added on a magneto. We got that from ProTech. So thank you very much, ProTech, for the magneto. We had purchased that a little while ago. We did the engine gloss black with all sorts of different metallic colors. Some of them from Vallejo, some of them from Tamiya. And then we decided to go with black wiring because every photo I had seen was of the black wiring. We're a little late on getting this done. I had wanted to get this done sooner, but we were having some issues with the clear coat. I had mentioned in the past that we had done a pass with 2K clear, and for some reason, wherever the blue ink we see in the decals, the dark blue ink, wherever that was, it bubbled up. Like fried chicken skin. That's right. That's what we're doing tonight. So it kind of bubbled up a little bit, and I talked to our friend John Weber, who is our resident decal guru, and he said to give it a light sanding with 5,000 grit and sand it down gently, and then relay the clear. So we did, and it was going awesome. We had some beautiful clear all over this guy, except for one vital spot. I have to laugh at myself because of how stupid I was. I did the whole car. You know, it's on the little stand. You're turning around, spraying, doing this, doing that, checking it out. Okay, great. Put it in the cabinet to cure. And then you come back and take a look at it the next day. And I forgot to do the driver's side door here. So it just had the tack coat. It was all pebbly and stuff. I'm like, that's too thin to try and polish out. So we sanded the whole car again with 5,000 grit, wet sanded the whole thing again. We did it very gingerly over this area since it was much thinner than the rest of the car. And we sprayed it again yesterday. And we waited about 24 hours before we started fiddling with this guy. It cured up enough for handling. I don't think it would have handled any type of buffing or polishing or whatever. But I don't know if you guys can tell us or not, but it doesn't need any buffing or polishing. I mean, look at this. That is freaking beautiful. I might not give this to my Uncle Mike. He doesn't know about it, so when he doesn't know, it won't hurt me, right? So yeah, I mean, that's awesome. I'm really chuffed about how that came out, and that's my new word for the month. I really like how that came out. The only thing that I wish I'd spent a little bit more time on dry fitting and stuff was the interior pieces. I figured, oh, those will just slide into place and go, but can you see this little white lip right here? That's the door card. I didn't trim off enough of that in the bottom there, so it kind of sticks up a little bit, and it's probably messing up how high the body is sitting on the frame. So that's, you know, that's my thing. I just got a little bit hurried in what I was doing. So it kind of sticks out a little bit. It's kind of, yeah, it's not going to go down. But if I get brave later on, maybe I'll pull a body off the chassis and trim that down some more. But we'll take a peek at the bottom here. Pretty standard, as the British would say, bog standard. I did somehow I crushed that. I don't know why, but I don't know how that happened. But whoops! Hey, you get what you pay for. So there we go. That's it. Thank you to Mr. Dillon for hosting yet another successful group build for the Gasser / Pro Street group build. So again, Mr. Dillon, count on us again for next year should you be doing that again. Everybody have a great evening. We're going to do some quick editing and upload this and then get on to dinner. So y'all take it easy, and we'll talk to you later on. Bye now.